Hi, Danielle Fowler here, my child Dennis. So, I think I need to come on here because of the news I heard of yesterday. Um, it's it's heartbreaking because I used to follow her, and I feel like because of all of what's been happening in my life and how I've shared it publicly, and what happened with her, I need to come on here and kind of make some clarity, especially for concerned people who are concerned, like my parents or people who care, especially seeing as might think I might do something similar. And that's why I came on here to do. So I used to follow her, and she always bring like this joy and excitement wherever she went and she posted, and I always like seeing it. But the news yesterday broke my heart, and just because I did a little, try to understand why, I started seeing she made like a lot of pressure to what is acceptable and what is, and more based on the essay that she wrote last year. And I guess overwork, as I've seen, but she only left a note for her mom. Like that things is for her, everything is for her mom, or something like that. And she posted right before she died that let I hope you find peace. It's like heartbreaking. But I want to come on here so that others, like my family, parents, or whoever that's been seeing either my frustration and more, can understand that I'm okay and I'm not gonna go there or shouldn't based on the situation, even though my situation is a lot. So, um, here's the thing. I've been dealing with a lot. There is, I guess, different version of the a lot because I was living in my car and that was a lot. But I think the loneliness of that was overwhelming. And I sit by myself, and then the frustration of a lot of people not understanding, but I'm just trying to trust God. Then you have the now where it's literally people attacking me. And that's for the past 3-ish months, where it's my parents or the literal promises themselves physically or emotionally attacking me, or their family, and it's just a lot. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I'd reached that point of killing myself. I don't want to. At the only point, let's be clear. Like, let me be honest. Actually, um, I have been that point many years ago where I was depressed to the point of thinking of ways to die. Not that I would actively do it, but I thought of it. And the depths that I've reached because of I didn't want to do that, and the way it's done, and then the stress of it. I even 2020 into 2021, so between November of 2020 and early January of 2021, so last year, I remember actively, okay, actually, early 2020s, I used to do it too, and then I keep streaming, and then I did it again. But point is, I used to sort of actively looking at scenarios of how to kill myself. It was more praying for death. I've shared this on Twitter, but let me share it again. That's the last time I ever had those, overwhelming, and last time ish, but it was praying for it. So I'd like pray for it, and if I was in a situation like I had cancer, I wouldn't fight it. I wouldn't try to, fight it. And then this weight journey, the most, like when I get overwhelmed at the journey, I'm like, God, why you, like my thing, I would be like, God, why you choose me? Why am I going to do this? What, I asked for this, why you can just give me that, and it's done with, or something of that sort, where I'm like, all right, can we just done this thing, like I could just type a thing. Just bargaining with God while I'm going through the frustration. But when I reach the overwhelming, like a lot of things are just too much, God will come and show up in the sense of, I'm with you, don't worry. So I had a lot of reassurance that God is with me, and relief. So sometimes it's overwhelming in the sense of my car, the food that I was eating is not necessarily the most, and I wanted more, or I need just a break from the stress of, am I in the right spot? Are they gonna call police? Am I going to get the proper rest? I want to sleep in a bed. And then God would just provide all of that. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then God's like, okay, but I need you to trust me again. So just, and yeah. But then that was done in the car, living in the car. If it wasn't for people like my best friend and or whatever mixed in one, Jesus, yeah, and other people who would call me, people who are my friends who are like, they're busy, but they'll go to their way to say, hey, you okay? I just want to check up on you. And these people do this while I was in my car, and these people live in Jamaica, and they're doing that now, or people living in Canada call me or whatever. But if it wasn't for those people, maybe I would have reached that limit. Maybe. Why? And that's the thing. God provided these people, so I don't need, and I don't need to implode either. Or if I implode, I'm imploding around them and not on the internet, most part. But I've been through it, and I'm still going through it. Well, you kind of feel like a pause right now. It's a little different. Right at this very moment as I'm recording, since last night, just kind of feel this. God's like, yeah, it's the storm is over now, type of thing. And I was like, huh? Yeah. I really hope the storm is really over now. Like, I really need it to end. Like, I really, really need that. But let's break down the last breakdown I had. Let's break down the last breakdown. It's not even a breakdown. It was. It wasn't even break. I wouldn't call it a breakdown. It was more like a frustration of overwhelming situations. Because, as I said, it wasn't the fact that the in-law got declared in-law, um, was going out of her way to tell people I am crazy, mad, bipolar, whatever scenario, whatever it is she worded it, and obsessed over her son. And the fact that my parents also came here the weekend I came here to tell these people that I am whatever, and if I don't take the pills, I'm start saying XYZ, and a lot of them are like, or at least one could say, I don't see that all the stuff you're keep saying she's doing, and all like, yeah, rah rah. She don't do all of those stuff, and blah blah blah. But the seed is already planted, as well as the active action of telling these people these things were happening. But that didn't even push me to the point of frustration on the internet to cry. It was now the fact that I met almost the opposite. Okay, I didn't meet him. I met him already, but he's just, the interaction with him was just the opposite. And he's like, in that moment, I was like, okay. I almost felt like if I just did it, not like have sex or whatever, but just dated him, I just have a relief from all the stress of everything. And maybe that would be true to a point. Because the fact that these people are going out of their way to say whatever to these people that eventually caused harassment, literally damaging the property here to harass me, that is not my property. And I think there's a breaking in but I was sleeping and somebody else witnessed it. But the point is, harassment. because of their active action that caused that. But that didn't even, just the fact that I got get the opposite. They would they couldn't have a stance if I am dating someone else to say that I'm obsessed. Um, Maybe they'll hurt and cry or whatever because they are lying to people, but that's irrelevant because I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to worry about it because I'd be dating this person, and this person is not even entertaining the prospect of that I'm bipolar or anything of that sort, because he's like, you're not, as well as you're going through a lot. I just want you to be okay, and I'll be here if you need someone or whatever, and actively doing so. So it was refreshing. I started liking this person, and just the fact that I know for a fact that that is not who God chose, one, two, the consequence of going down that path is not one that I want. And God warned me before. I thought it was warning against something else, but no. I started realizing it's a warning against my temptation that I'd have to, date him or be with him or fall for the person and allow it to happen. And it was just the fact that it was a relief, or would have been a relief if I did that. But then I would lose God's protection and care that He already provided. Mind you, me living on my own here in Jamaica is a privilege. I've heard it far too many times. Just the fact that I'm in Jamaica for however long on my own as a woman and not got certain things happen to me is a privilege. And I distinctly know that even in 2020, God protected me, especially when I was obedient. He showed me some of the dangers that were lurking that many women has to face here as a citizen or living here as a resident, as a woman by yourself. In a non, even in a metropolitan, public area, more public, whatever. It is a struggle as a woman. So this, where I'm doing, is a privilege to then have that privilege now being tampered with purposely, where people will now start has started harassing me, and but I'm trusting God because God's from before in regards to giving visions to not just me but other people, that this is where I am supposed to be. I'm trusting that once God's with me, He'll protect me. So I'm not worried, but I am not tolerant. That was just the frustration. I'm going through these struggles where I'm like, all right, God, I trust you. Then there is an opportunity right there where I could have gotten a relief, but if I take it, I'm doomed based on my consequences. And I fear my consequences more than I fear these people. And the problems that I'm facing, the lion in my lion's den, because I'm Daniel. Daniel of the lion's den. The problems God has and will solve, that even if they think they can do something to me, it comes right back and hurt them. But anyways, I have to stay there till it's over. That was overwhelming, especially when you had a tangible opposite, a tangible release, a relief, like a tangible, worth it relief from the physical struggles I'm facing. And I wasn't thinking about whether or not I would, in the long term, have fulfillment, because now I was looking at the relief and the fact that I had to let it go. That hurt me. That's why I cried. Just want to make it clear. That was the problem. That's why I did that. So yeah, I just want to say or finish off by clarifying. This is all a lot. A lot. It is a lot. But I'm okay. God is with me. So I know I am okay. And I know God, I don't know, not saying that those who are not okay, God is not with them. God is with me, providing my footsteps for what I need to be okay. So in this way, as much as it's a lot and it's overwhelming and it's hurting and me and it's a lot, I'm okay. I'm okay. Trust me. It's a lot, but I'm okay. I am okay. Mm. It's a lot. It's a lot of hurtful things, but I'm okay. Not a fake smile. I'm literally okay. I'll punch some people if they mess with me. God's strength, the time God said to. But I'm okay. I'm trying not to. I'm not a aggressive person, but if I have to stand against foolishness, I will stand against it. If I have to, like, face up, I'll mess with man. But yeah, it's a lot, but I'm okay.